and builds his bar, you know, but it's a lot more comedic than The Sopranos, but it's got a lot of the same elements. Um, some of it isn't subtitles because he is in Norway. The majority of the show is not subtitles. They speak English in Norway, it's just not their first language. But the first couple of episodes have a lot of subtitles. After that, once he gets his little crew together, when they talk to him, which is most of the show, is his interactions, they speak English. So give it a chance, you know, depending on how much you hate subtitles. But like I said, the majority of it is American. Or English, I should say. The majority of it is English. There is subtitles, but the majority of it is English. Great show. Can't say enough about this show. 3 full seasons. Netflix. Check it out. The next show I'm going to talk about. This is called Houseos. These people take white trash to a new level. This is basically a show about Australian rednecks. Basically, you know, a show about nothing, just the day-to-day life of some Australian. I wouldn't even call them rednecks. They're called, basically in Australia, the projects. You know, these guys basically live in the projects of Australia. Except for over there, there's not a lot of black people. So the projects of Australia is basically just poor white people. It's funny as shit. Check it out. Great show. You know, it's a comedy. It's Australian. They talk with a lot stronger accent than they do in Underbelly because they are, you know, trashy. But it's funny. Give it a check out. You know, you'd be surprised of how funny the show actually is. Lots of drugs, lots of alcohol, great humor, lots of sex. It's funny. Check it out. Houseos. You can stream that on Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised if you can find that on YouTube too. The next one I'm going to go into is a little bit more well known. This is called The Brink. This is an HBO original. It's about a guy. He's an ambassador. I think he's in Afghanistan or some Middle Eastern country. It's Jack Black, obviously, so it's a comedy, but it's funny, and it really goes into the higher levels of government in this show. You know, lots of time spent with very high up people in government in the show, as you can see. You know, you get the guy playing the president, and so it's a comedy about the higher ups of government. They deal with war. They deal with some pretty deep issues, but it's an HBO show, so that tells you quite a bit. You know, like I said, more well known than the other ones, but maybe you didn't know about it. Check it out. The Brink. Great comedy. Next show I'm going to talk about is obviously much more well known than all the. But it's new, so maybe you haven't heard about it yet. Vinyl. HBO. First season just wrapped up on HBO. It is great. It's about the record industry in the 70s, New York, sex, drugs, rock and roll. If it sounds like the type of thing you're into, check it out. Great show. Directed by Martin Scorsese. At least the first episode was, I believe it. You know, I think they say co-directed by Martin Scorsese in every episode. So, co-director, we don't really know what that means, or maybe it's co-producer. But anyways, great show, great show. You know, executive producer Martin Scorsese. What does that really mean? Is he involved in each episode? I don't know. But he put his name on it, which is saying enough, man. Good show. Really, if you get the time, if you get HBO Go, check it out. Great show. This next show, this is on AMC. This one might be a little bit harder to find. You're not going to find this on YouTube. AMC takes their shit seriously. You can torrent it or whatever, but Into the Badlands. It's a show about a future where there is no guns. So fighting is very much an art. Yeah, it's just badass. You know, they grow poppies. Everybody's in groups, and lots of fight scenes with swords, axes, and I think it's a great show. That's on AMC, and you know, there's a list of about 7 shows. At least a couple of them you probably didn't know about, so check them out. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you got any criticism for me. I'm really working hard on this. I'm just getting started, but yeah, some great shows. Most of them available on YouTube. Please check them out. Comment below. Have a good one.